All right, I'm also starting my recording, and then yeah, we can pick up. And where exactly did we leave off?
No, it ran
So
away.
Will was in the water. I think escaped first,
Yep.
and then you beat it down as it ran away, and it squealed and bubbled and swam into a little crevice somewhere that you can't see and is no longer visible, and we ended combat. Kara saw um, some
Shiny.
shiny,
Shiny.
both
Shiny.
visible over here, a sword and some gold pieces, and you didn't exactly see where they were, so you couldn't just go straight for them. You'll have to look for them again. You lost track of them, but something shiny is in the water somewhere too.
Okay,
Oh yes, I did note it. Let me find it here.
XD.
What?
That would be fun.
Totally. Oh, good. My headphones are back on. He said it's totally fine for me to. Yeah, I've been muted this whole time. I just realized that. Hi, stream. He said it's totally fine for me to go to the gun range and go shooting again, but he prescribed me some anti-inflammatories to help with my thumb healing, which is getting better already. But he said it shouldn't aggravate it if I shoot properly. And of course, he's a gun nut because we're in Texas, so he gave me all this
Yeehaw.
medical detail of the proper way to hold a gun and not hurt your
Yes.
hand. And I'm like, yeah, Texas. I'm glad I mentioned this. Also, he said there's padded gloves I can get, so I might pick up one of those. So,
That's cool.
yeah, I'll check with Deanna, but I know that you were interested the next time that we went. So, okay. And sorry, ready for XP.
Okay, XP was 90 per person. If everyone want to make sure you mark it down. If you did already last night, because last time,
I already did.
we'll do it. Okay. And whenever that's done, yes, so there is visible treasure over here and potential hidden treasure somewhere in the pool, if you would like to go in and search for it.
Kara says to the others, I saw something shiny in the water, but I don't want to risk it again. But there is something shiny over there. I think it would be safe at the current moment to
Did,
go get it.
did I miss how much XP we got?
90.
90.
90.
I think I wrote it down last time.
Yep, me too.
Oh, he
Alright.
told us? I didn't know that.
After you left.
Yeah, you had to log off too fast.
Ooh. Pantux XP is currently at 1488.
Oh?
Does anyone know
That's
what 1488 means?
no. I have
No.
no idea.
I don't.
14
I actually
what?
don't.
88 what? And this, society, 4 years of Trump as president.
My sheet says 1489, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. I'll update my sheet.
What does my XP say on your sheet?
I have 1539 on yours.
I have 1538.
There's probably some rounding thing where I
What?
had something rounded up and you guys rounded down. I think it might have been the giant
Probably.
lizard.
I thought you were joking. How much XP does Justina have? Is it 1529?
Yes.
Okay, I will update that. I thought you were literally joking, like when they changed
No.
when they removed the fourth floor in Korean hotels or whatever,
No.
or they don't have like a room 666 for Christian.
Yeah,
or
no,
something like
You know
we
that
had-
removing a floor could really screw up your suicide plans.
Oh no! You didn't. Cut that.
you gotta
What?
clap so you can go back and edit it later.
You have to say sliding down
Unalive.
the sewer.
Sewer slide.
Yeah,
I don't think
unalive.
it's not unalive yet. Yeah, but there's 3 encounters where there was 13 XP, so I'm guessing at some point I said 12 and you guys wrote down 12, but the sheet has it at 13, so that's what it is.
I'm not gonna say the thing again. I'm just gonna say 1488. And Willow, if you want to know what that means, just go Google that. I'm pretty
Oh.
sure.
It's not disgusting, and you can Google it. It'll be the first result, and you'll go, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not gross.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's gross, but not in.
Oh.
Googling it
It's
is
not
going to
new
disgust
waffles
you
or
as
what?
well.
Oh, okay, I see.
It's not like a prank search. It's like, oh, that's what it means. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
but sad and bad and very, very makes me very, very mad.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, I will refer to it as unaliving in the future.
Unaliving.
I forget about
Sewer.
YouTube's crazy,
slide.
stupid shit.
Fortunately, no one watches my stream, but they're doing more and more of this. Like, oh, let's auto scan the audio. Like they scan it. If I play a copyrighted song, their scans will catch it and mute the audio in my video and send me an alert. Seriously. So I would not be surprised if they also search for particular words. Like whenever I'm watching a video and of a channel and they say the A word, and I'm talking about it's not a swear word and it starts with AB and ends with SE, then they actually will censor the word, because I don't know why. I don't know if their video just gets down served or if it actually can get like struck or something. It's weird.
Yeah, there's some stuff to it, but it's better to avoid them altogether. But then some streams and stuff say it and it doesn't matter. But there's a lot of finicky stuff around it.
Yeah, no
Elmo
schmilins or schmate schmeech.
Yeah. Elmo replies to Kara and he says, "Yeah, I wouldn't blame you not wanting to jump back in there. You almost got ate up whole by that thing." He says,
Yeah.
I'm not exactly dressed for sludging through a deep pool of water. I've already got to dry out. This stuff I can feel it starting to rust already. But if you guys think there might be some valuable treasure in there, it would be a good idea to dive in and look for it.
We got a rope. We got a goblin. I don't see why we can't go fishing for it.
Oh.
Jacina.
Carl's like, you're supposed to have saved me. What the fuck?
Krell slaps his knee and says, "Ah, you're a funny guy."
Jacina is absolutely happy to dive into the water, but also the 2 wizards are not wearing any armor at all, and not that there's any mechanics, so it doesn't really matter. But they'd probably have the easiest time in the water. But Jacina's like, I'll do it. If no one else wants to jump in.
I don't particularly want to jump in, but if it comes down to the 2 of us, we can play rock, paper, scissors.
Jacina.
Or does this fancy game not include rock, paper, scissors?
Jacina holsters her scimitar and dives into the water. Swan dives. Laura Croft style.
The water is nice
except it's off the
clear.
railing, you miss the water and you break her neck. Oh my god.
Crack.
Do you remember how my ex hated when I would do that?
Yes, because you were like jerking off to it.
That's what I was gonna say. It wasn't
The
because
water
it was
is
like,
nice
oh,
and
you're sick,
clear.
you're
What
killing
the
somebody.
fuck?
It's because
Seems
she's
as though
like
it
looking
came
at me
from
like
an
you get
underwater
off to it.
spring.
Continue.
The water is very nice and clear. It feels fresh on your skin. It seems as though it's probably fed from an underwater spring. What would you like to do? You are now in the water.
Okay, I'm going to swim
Sorry.
down to the bottom, and I'm going to search along the bottom of the clear lake looking for shinies or anything interesting.
Make a perception check as you feel around the bottom of the water.
And then you save state, and then jump off again, and save state, and jump off again.
Oh my
I would just do it over and over again. She hated it.
Damn it. Okay. Perception. 11.
You feel around the whole bottom of the thing, going back and forth for a few minutes and coming up for air and going back down, and you don't find anything of value or interest other than a few small pebbles and what you can only imagine are rotten bones.
Okay, Jacina's treading water at the top of the lake, and she looks at Kara and says, "Did you say you saw something for sure? Because I'm searching down there pretty thoroughly, and I do not see anything at all."
I am pretty sure I saw what I saw. I saw it floating around, I believe. But it might have gotten kicked up from the whole lobster ordeal, and that's why it was floating there. But
Did it look metallic, or like, can you tell me any information that might help me find it?
shiny.
It glinted off of the light from the lantern for just a few moments.
Shiny.
And it did not seem like it was on the very bottom. It was somewhere probably more towards the top, but you also had like a lobster claw on you, and you were about to suffocate, so that's kind of all you remember. But you don't think it was directly on the bottom, and it was just a very instant, quick glimmer of something sparkly.
Justina looks at Elmo after Kara gives that description. Justina looks at Elmo and says, "Elmo, could you hold your lantern over the water so that I could see if maybe I can use that to help me find a glint off of anything metallic?"
He says, "Oh, that's a good idea. Sure, let me walk around, and I'll get you some good angles." And he holds up his lantern so that it's cast over the whole pool, and he walks around, and when he gets to the pile of bones and stuff, he turns back around and walks the perimeter. Make another perception check.
And the water's totally clear, right?
Yes. I mean, there's probably some silt kicked up into it, but it's had time to rest by now. Settle.
Okay. There's nothing shape water is going to do for me here.
No.
Boom! Natural 20.
You find on one of the ledges, as he casts the lantern around. 1 second. It's underneath the water. Over here, on the ledge that is just below so there's the ground level. There's like a little ledge you can see where it's like kind of broken off little chunks of like rock sticking out, and then the pool goes down, and resting on the ledge is not shiny, but your eye catches it anyway as he casts the light over it, and it looks like a regularly shaped object. It's not jagged or natural looking. It looks like something crafted by a person. If you would like to inspect it further, but you have located it.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Is my head under the water or above the water?
Your head would be above the water. You can either access it from the ledge or from inside the water.
Justina says, "Ooh, Elmo, pause for a second. I think I see something. I'm going to go check it out." And I swim over to it and inspect it.
All right. Underneath a pile of bones, just like an indistinguishable different various bones of various sizes, you see a tube that looks like it's made from bone, but you can tell that it is a tube because it has a rubber cap on one end sealing it shut.
I say, "Oh, this looks like a spell scroll case," and I pick it up and examine it further.
It is a bone tube with a rubber cap stopper on one end, and there's nothing else distinguishing about it.
Okay. So I'm going to swim over here and say, "Hey, do one of you wizards want to inspect this? It looks like a spell scroll, but I don't want to pop it open. I'm not an expert on this sort of thing."
I'll take a look.
Thanks. And Justina tosses the tube to Toddy.
Lobster leaps up out of the water, snatches it midair, laughs, goes, "Ha ha!"
And Justina climbs out of the water after she tosses it.
Do I need to wait for it to dry before opening it?
Who are you asking?
You, the DM.
You can. Do you need to? No, you don't.
Hey guys, I think I'm going to wait for the outside of this case to dry a minute before I open it up.
Okay, well, I'm going to search along the wall here and see if there's any kind of like hidden passages or traps or anything interesting.
Did somebody go and pick up the treasure that was over in the corner? And
Ooh, I will.
Justina searching the walls.
All right, Jessina, make a perception check as you feel along and search the walls for any secret passages. And
Um,
Kara, oh, go ahead
yeah.
and describe it if you're going to describe.
Kara was kind of not sneaking per se, but being careful to not get near the water. He's a little bit traumatized already. To get over to the particularly shiny objects over here.
All right, you easily make it across the wide ledge to the other side, and it looks like a pile of bones interspersed with a heavy, a nice amount of copper, silver, and gold pieces scattered on the ground, and a long sword that appears to be in workable condition, if not a little bit rusty. And Jessina, was this your roll? You can give me your result.
18 perception.
Nice.
You search along the edges of the room and check on both sides and everywhere you can see. You do not see any sort of hidden passages or secret catches.
Okay, I'll just let the party know that.
Shame. Kara's gonna pick up every little bit and piece of gold, silver, copper that he can find through the rubble and spend some time doing that.
All right, it takes you no more than a minute or so to scoop all of it up, and I will read you off the totals if you'd like to write it down.
Yes, give me just a second. Let me pull up my notes. All right.
There is 17 copper, 30 silver, and 19 gold, and then a long sword.
Awesome. All right, let me. Yeah. Yep. I'm writing it down now, so you can proceed.
Well, that's all I've got. So
How heavy is the longsword?
I believe they're 3 pounds. I'll check. Yeah, 3 pounds.
All right, awesome. I picked that up and all the copper bits and copper, gold, silver, all the coins, all of them. And
Elmo says, "All right, well, looks like we've gathered up all the treasure. I guess that was that bone tube, the sparkly thing you saw, Kara."
eh? I believe so.
Doesn't
Kind of
look
hard to
very
see.
sparkly to me, but yeah. All right. I mean, you saw what you saw. All right. I think it's about time to get out of here. It's feeling a little bit musty in here, don't y'all think?
Yeah.
I don't know, but the way you said that makes me think that we should look one more time, see if there's anything sparkly.
I don't know. I trust Kara. If Kara thinks that was the sparkly thing that they saw, then I'm sure that's what it was.
Oh, what? Did
Hmm.
you open the bone tube? I think I missed that.
No, I haven't opened it yet because I didn't want to open it while it was still wet and ruin whatever's inside. You know,
Just
I was going to let it dry before I open it.
Okay, cool. Justina's gonna come back here and she's gonna check this whole hallway for any secret passages or anything interesting.
All right. Make a perception check, and you spend 10 minutes doing that.
Okay. 13.
You find nothing of interest.
Okay. All right, guys. So we've got 2 ways to exit. We could exit out the secret exit, or we could exit through this secret passage and go up the normal way. Well, actually, this way. We've got the hobgoblins, which we probably do not want to fight until we've gone back to town again, because that's going to be really brutal.
Mhm.
Or we could go back to this hallway and we could try to single file and plumb the depths and see if we can find anything cool down here. But we're going to be being attacked from zombies on both sides.
I wouldn't
Uh,
mind exiting out this way, just because we already know, even though I didn't exactly find the mechanism, we know that if we search this pillar, we will find a way back in. So we know that that way exists. In my opinion, it'd be good to know where the hell this leads. And that
That's
would be another way
probably
to
a
get
good
in.
idea. However, I'm a little bit concerned about this whole area from this door onward. Anybody could open that door at any time, and we don't know what's behind it. And okay, wait, we do know what's behind it. It's the boss, TM, according to what the funny guys told us. And also, I have to get Tokage still, but
Oh, that's right, Tokage. Well,
I never forget about Tokage.
ooh, that's right. He's upstairs.
We get back to the
Tokage.
dungeon. We've done other stuff. We're leveling up. We find this pile of lizard bones tied to the entrance. Oh,
No.
whoops, whoops,
No.
whoops.
No, don't say that. I will start crying.
So
I will
Pantok
sob.
can alarm the door, which will stay there for 8 hours. But if we're gonna go back and do a long rest, then we're gonna run out of time for that. So, should we all go up the normal way to see Tokage and just keep the secret entrance in mind, or do you want one or more of us to split up and go out the secret exit and see where it leads, and then
Oh,
try to meet up
splitting
back in town?
I just want to see my Tokage.
I mean, there's
I'm
no
so
reason.
worried.
No reason why we can't go out here and then go back around to the entrance. I mean, we're going to be able to see the moat house from wherever we come out. We'll figure out which direction to go, which way it is.
Okay. Do you want someone to go with you, or do you want to go by yourself?
I don't want to go by myself.
Justina is willing to join you and make sure you turn out okay.
I figured we'd all go together, whichever way we go. That's just my opinion.
Pantok
Yes.
looks at Kara and Elmo, and he's like, I don't know. What do you guys want to do?
Kara has teary eyes, thinking about Tokage, and like sort of agrees. Fine, if you guys are gonna go out a secret exit, at least we have to go back in through the moat house, get Tokage, and leave.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's just I'd like
Okay.
to know where this goes so we have another way to get back in if needed.
All right, let's go. Kara's going. Let's go.
Okay. Pantok joins with his fiery guys. So we are going to exit here, and then we are going to attempt to notice where the exit comes out so that we can find it again. And then we are going to try to find the moat house again and go in the front door.
All right. So you travel down the hallway, and let me see here if it says. 1 second.
Everybody roll for initiative.
It's the Mario 64 endless stairs. Do 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 do.
I tried those just to see. I ran up them a good amount of time just in case.
You can do a back super hop and skip it, right?
Yes, I've seen the speed runs.
Okay. So technically, you weren't out of place in trying that and thinking it.
Yeah, I
just didn't do it right.
I didn't know how to exploit game glitches.
Yeah.
I still don't. I suck at it. I never even got to the Minus World. Actually, once I got to the Minus World, I was so excited. It took me forever.
All right. So you travel for a bit, and after a little after about 10 or 15 feet, it starts to gradually slant upward. And after you've traveled about 100 feet, you feel a slight breeze of fresh air on your faces. And you've traveled 100 feet past this point right here,
Whoa.
and you feel a breeze on your face. Would you like to continue?
Yes. Let's go. I feel the wind. I
Alright.
Yeah,
smell
let's
the
go.
wind.
I taste the wind. Wait, no, that's not the wind. You travel another 100 feet, and the tunnel continues. You still feel the breeze on your face. Nothing has changed. The tunnel still looks the same.
Interesting. Are we checking for traps along the way? We're just assuming this is like a secret exit.
Justina, I'm assuming Justina, who is in the lead, is keeping an eye out for traps, because that is how your characters are laid out.
Definitely.
Also possible exits.
Okay, so we're going to proceed down the hallway, noting how long it is.
All right, you have traveled another 100 feet for a total of 300 feet. and the breeze is still there, yet the hallway has still not ended, and you can't see the end yet.
There's no end in sight.
It does seem to,
No
to
light.
steadily climb upward, but at a very
that's
slight
good.
angle.
It's like when you've been digging in
good.
Minecraft and you dig a tunnel out, but you dig up into a mountain and you keep going and going and going.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck? I should be at ground level by now. And going, and then you walk out the side and you're like 200 blocks above sea level.
Exactly.
Well, we're gonna keep going. We were already kind of committed.
We could always just turn around and go back out the other way because we are getting further and further from the moat house.
Well, yeah, but we're gonna have to walk back anyway. So, unless we think that it's that much farther.
I'm down to keep going because I mean at this point we pretty much just need to head back in this exact direction to get to it.
Yeah. Gambler's fallacy. We already lost this much. Might as well keep going and get
Costs-
payout from it.
Cost
Rip.
sunk fallacy, yeah.
Yeah. And we're gonna keep going. Yeah, sunk
All right.
cost fallacy. Yeah.
Yes, sunk cost. You travel another 100 feet for a total of 400 feet, and about 50 feet, after about the first 50 feet, you see the glinting of daylight just barely starting to break into the tunnel.
The light. I see the light.
The tunnel narrows from 10 feet to 5 feet in both height and width, and the walls turn into more of a natural cavern type of situation. And then you reach the end, and at the very end, there is piles of natural rocks, thick briars and brambles, but there is a clear path through those things which you can exit. But from the outside, this place would be nearly invisible. Still able to find if you know where it is, but not something you'd be able to find just stumbling upon it.
Justina would like to spend a little extra time searching around the entrance, specifically so that she could identify this later. She's hoping to potentially have this as an option for a way to get back to the dungeon.
You can see the moat house behind you as you exit the tunnel, and you're pretty sure you don't need to spend any time sitting here memorizing it. You'd be able to pretty much locate it just based on the direction, as long as you make a note to remember the direction and everything.
Okay.
Okay.
So Justina definitely explicitly does, and then she says, "All right, guys, let's get trucking back to the moat house." And we are going to dash at a fast pace back to the moat house because we've been gone for a while and we need to make sure we get to Tokage.
All right. It is about 400 feet plus the 200 feet of the dungeon that you've traversed. So 500 to 600 feet, and you arrive. I'm not going to, I guess I'll drag the moat house over here. Hold on. Let me set my book down. You arrive back at the moat house, this time from the east.
Tokage's in there.
All right, let's get on and
Tokage.
do we want to go in?
Tokage.
Go in this way?
Yes.
We're gonna trudge through the water and go in this way.
Car
Alright.
keeps whining about how much he misses Tokage.
The gigantic saltwater crocs that nobody noticed.
Elmo leaps across the gap and lands on the rocks, stumbling and almost falling in, but he swivels his arms and catches himself. Krell just kind of goes in. You see his ears sticking up, and then he walks out at the other end. And Stoner McBlaze stands at the edge, touches the water with his toe with a sizzle, and he goes,
Oh shit!
Foiled by the fire pet again.
Trudges back and says, "Oh, I'll take the long way around." And he does.
Be
Happy fire
careful.
element noises.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that to him. If it's necessary, he'll do it, but I'm not gonna singe him for no reason.
Fire elemental. Next time, get a water elemental.
Yeah, I'm
Because
starting to feel
clearly we
that.
need it.
Just like in EverQuest. Hey, I decided to try out my new pet. It's a fire pet. Why do you have the fire pet? Well, because it's a level higher. No, switch back to the water pet.
But-
Exactly.
But fire is cool. It has a damage shield. It's not gonna be getting hit.
If it gets hit, it dies.
Pantalk makes a mental note. And he's going to cross this bridge with his fire pet.
Okay, you have crossed the bridge. You see the bloody trap where you had previously stepped in it.
Rip.
Okay. Kara, do you want to lead the way to Tokage?
Yes, Tokage! 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 Ring, 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 alarm.
No, I'm pretty sure he set you guys as not triggering it.
Oh yeah.
I would assume.
Okay.
But yes, there is an alarm there.
Kara opens the door. Tokage!
You open the door and Tokage's missing because I don't know where his I don't know where his token is, but he's there in
Oh,
spirit.
thank God.
Oh, here he is. Here he is.
You scared the fuck out of me.
He's sitting in the
God.
corner napping, and he's got his head stuck in this arrow slit to get the breeze out the window, and then he hears the door open. He looks back and he sees you, and he goes, "Oof," and he kind of steps towards you a little bit.
Kara, like rubs him and like rubs his nose and pets his neck and talks to him and says, "Hi, Tokage. We're about to leave and get you some more food." I know I know Tokage can't exactly understand Kara, but still.
He's a little bit hesitant as he hears you go wah, 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 and you reach forward to rub his face, and he kind of cringes back a little bit. But then when you start rubbing him, he seems to like it, but like he doesn't want to make it look like that, like a cat, where it's like, fine, if you want to pet me, you can pet me.
Wah, 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 wah. How are we gonna get him to follow us once again?
Treats?
I don't have any meat on me. I don't have any food on me. Justina,
I'm not turning into a rat so you can feed me to him.
no. I was
Are you-
asking you.
Are you shouting for
food.
Justina?
Yes. Well, not shouting, but going Justina. at a
You're
particular
hollering so
moment.
that people out here can hear you. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm just over here suspiciously eyeing Crowd.
Justina trots over and says, don't necessarily need to yell in this moat house, but what's up?
Apologies. Do you have any sort of meat food for the big boy here?
I mostly just have rations. I haven't really foraged anything new in a while.
I think we probably should. Kara wants to take a look at Tokage and determine if he is hungry or not.
I don't know how you'd be able to tell that from looking at him, but he has been here for several hours, and I don't remember the last time you fed him, so he's probably hungry.
Last time we fed him was when he was at the village. He got bugs and stuff when he was at the stables.
Yeah, so he doesn't seem particularly irate at the moment, but you can imagine that he's going to start meowing at you at some point.
Meowing. Yes. Okay. Let's get him out. Kara opens the door all the way and
Plop, plop,
Like
plop,
on
plop,
World
plop.
of Warcraft, when you had to feed your pet as a hunter,
Oh
and it
god.
had a little smiley face of green, yellow, or red, depending upon how happy it was, and it affected its damage.
Hey,
And then
that
they
was
finally
like
got rid of that mechanic. That was a long time ago.
the best mechanic in WoW, and I'm so mad they got rid of it.
It really was, because it made a difference. It made you bond more
Yeah.
with your pet.
Tokage
Goodbye,
kind of
Tokage.
squeezes past Justina, who's just absentmindedly standing in the hallway.
Oh, it's
Okay,
the
so
little big boy. He's okay, and I'm so glad he's okay. Look at him.
so you're good.
Oh,
Wait, did you feed him something?
I don't have anything. We need to go foraging.
Okay, well let's go. Let me know if you need any help.
He
Let's
sniffs at your back
go.
and then nudges you forward with his snout.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Sorry, I've seen this episode of Fatal Attraction.
What?
Rabbit? It's a rabbit thing, right? The bunny rabbit.
Krell
No.
says, as you guys are leaving, he stops and says, "Wait, leave? Where are we going? I thought we were going to go defeat the cruel leaders of this place."
Guys?
The cruel leaders of this place are a little bit stronger than we expected, and we want to make sure we win. So we were thinking about going back to town and recruiting a little more help.
He says, "Town? But town? I don't think I'm welcome in town.
Oh,
They probably won't like me there."
Pro.
Why?
Monster mode. He's KOS.
What, really?
He's a goblin.
Oh.
I know I've been making jokes about, feeding him to Kage and stuff like that for a while now and using him as fishing bait, but I wasn't actually meaning we should kill him. I didn't know they'd have a problem. Well, where would you go, Krell?
He says, "Well, I don't know how well I would fare without my friend, but I guess I could. Are you coming back? I could wait here." He looks at Kara. He
Aw.
looks at Kara and he says, "Wait, you're a kobold. You're welcome in the town. How did you get in the town?"
I don't know. I just am a particularly charismatic kobold.
Hero
I
plot armor.
managed. I have plot armor. That is correct. I just have managed. And hey, if you're coming with us, the townspeople, for the most part, know that we are trustable adventurers. We've built that sort of reputation with them. So if you come along, I believe they wouldn't try to harm you, considering you're with us. And if you have any doubts, we could always disguise you, like put a potato sack over you and have you make a little hood and you can hide with one of us.
Elmo
Just blend
chimes
in.
in. Elmo chimes in and he laughs at your suggestions and he says, "I wouldn't worry about that." He says, "Of course, stray goblins and monster folk like that being wandering around a village could be cause for concern, but I'm sure with us accompanying them, no one will question us, and if they do, I'll vouch for you that you seem to be a valiant and trustworthy companion. I probably wouldn't want you to go walking around the village by yourself, because if I'm not there to protect you, I don't know what people will try to do, but just stick close to us and you'll be fine, little buddy." And Krell turns to him and you back and forth and he goes, "Okay, well, if you guys insist, then I'll trust you and I'll come with you until we defeat the evil leaders of this place and make them eat dirt."
We shall, we shall. Now, let's go. We shall be back with a thirst for revenge. Ooh, come on, Kara. I mean, Tokage.
Hey, is that
Same difference.
Is that scroll case, of which we assume, we don't know for sure, is that dry enough yet, or do you want to keep hanging on to it?
I would assume it's dry enough by now, but I wouldn't know. Is it dry enough?
I mean, it's bone, so it's probably saturated with water, but it's not like dripping wet.
Okay, all right. Let's open it up and I'll and see if I recognize it. Nick just wants to find out what it is before we get it back to town. I mean, if it's encased in bone,
It does
Oh,
have a
wait,
rubber
it's not.
stopper on it if you would like to remove the rubber stopper.
I would like to remove the rubber stopper.
The stopper pops off and you look inside.
Jake's like, and I hope that you rolled 2 new characters.
He's been waiting. He's been waiting for that sound effect.
You see what looks like several rolled up pieces of parchment inside of the case.
I would like to examine the parchment.
You pull them out, and there are actually 3 parchments. The first one you recognize as a scroll of fly.
Woo!
Yeah. Let's go.
I will need to check and make sure which spells you have on your list. Give me 1 second. The second one you recognize is a scroll of Stinking Cloud.
Stinky.
And one more thing to look up here.
How are you able to tell? I have something over my webcam.
All right. The last one is a spell scroll. And
He's looking through spells, trying to pick which one it is. He decided in advance.
no, it actually. Hold on. Are these supposed to say? These spells don't say what classes they can be cast by. I'm gonna go ahead and assume it's a wizard spell, but I'll have to look it up. It's a spell called Push.
Ooh. I think I've read that spell description in old books.
Toddy knows that it is a 30-foot cone. You choose one medium-sized creature within the cone, and if they fail a dexterity save, they get pushed 20 feet away and are knocked prone. On a success, they're still pushed 10 feet away, and you can choose to focus it on an unattended inanimate object up to 50 pounds, which also pushes it 10 feet. It literally is just a push on a single spell. However, the fact that it can't be resisted, you can push something off a ledge that's 10 feet away without any checks. First level evocation.
That could be really powerful. You know, we're just going to misuse it.
Oh yeah, probably. Unless one of you spell subscribes it.
Oh, that's
But yeah,
what-
these
Yeah, we're definitely scribe. I think we need to scribe all 3 of these because that's spells that we don't have. What level is fly?
3rd.
Okay,
Ooh,
so
no.
maybe we
You
hang
can
on to.
scribe it. You cannot yet scribe it.
Yeah, so maybe we actually hold on to that one. There might be a way to cast it from the scroll with like a penalty, but let's hang on to it. Stinking Cloud, I think, is 1 or 2. What level is Stinking Cloud?
Stinking Cloud is also 3rd. You can cast any of them from the scroll with an Arcana check, but on a failure, the scroll is used up. So it's single use regardless whether you succeed or not.
Yeah, I say we just keep them and then we can scribe them up.
Yep.
We can also scribe spells from each other's spell books I mean, you have to still pay the money for the inks and stuff like that, but yeah, let's just hang on to it because that's what we really want is we want to get as many spells as possible on our spell books. And actually, Pantok has enough to... He's got 1... I know he's got magic ink. Pretty sure I have 1 charge of magic inks that I can use to scribe push, unless you want to. Oh, I also have absorb elements. I should scribe that one too.
Sort of elements.
Yeah, no, yeah, you can probably scribe it. That'd be fine.
Wait, I don't see. Okay, so we're gonna head back to town now, and I'm looking on my list to see if I have. I don't see. Do you guys remember buying magic inks? I thought we did, but I don't see them on here.
Oh, I thought you did, but maybe not.
I thought so too, but
Oh, yeah, 1 level charge of spell ink. I should probably reword that. So yeah, so Pantok has 1. So do you want push or do you want me to scribe it? Because I'll totally scribe it. But I've also got absorb elements. I haven't decided what to do with that yet. So, but I don't think you have any ink, so you'd probably have to buy some.
yeah, I don't have any ink. I'd be fine with you scribing Bush.
Okay. Do you want absorb elements to
Right.
scribe?
Scribe them. Scribe. I love flag.
Not right now. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, that's like a downtime thing, but yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, we are going to head back to town now.
All right. So it is currently 6 o'clock. Sundown will be in about an hour. You have already traveled 6 hours today since you traveled here and then explored for a couple hours. So you'll be able to travel 2 hours on the road. Every hour after that, you'll have to make a Constitution save against becoming exhausted for the remaining 4 hours of travel.
Ah,
Oh God.
guys. What about foraging? We should forage for the lizard
Oh
and
yeah.
Shit,
for.
Okay.
I also. But what? You go first.
Do we want to spend the night here, or do we want to risk the exhaustion?
that's what I was gonna ask. Probably should just spend the night here then.
Risky business, but last time we did it, we were fine. I think.
Krell says, "Exhaustion? I'm doing just fine," and stretches his arms.
You don't get exhausted nearly as easily.
He didn't make the trip up here. He's been resting in that nice, comfy, cozy cell down there for the last couple days.
Oh, that's right. Well, if we were to rest here again, I'd say we should do it there once again. It seems just like the most safe place. And I don't see a problem with it. I say let's do it. But I also want to forage for stuff for Tokage before the day's over.
Okay. You know, I know that we're going back to town to pick up a paladin, but it sounds like we're not really going to be able to like travel there and back in the same day. And so if we do a long rest here, then we're going to travel home. Then we're going to have to long rest there. Then we're going to travel back, and there's definitely going to be traps and other things set up for when we get back. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe we do a long rest here, then we go and try to wipe out the goblins. The hobgoblins. The hobgoblins.
Owlbears.
Because if we're all at
Not
full...
owlbears, bugbears.
Oh, are they bugbears or hobgoblins?
I think
Bugbears.
they're bugbears.
Oh, they're bugbears. And wipe out the... Oh, well, oh shit. Well, the picture for this stream is hobgoblins.
They're very similar.
I totally got the wrong thing, so sorry, everyone. Now that'll forever bother me. So, which ones are stronger, hobgoblins or bugbears? Do I know?
Bugbears.
Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. Shit. So I say that we rest up, and then we go downstairs, and then we have an epic battle against the hobgoblins and slaughter their
Bugbears.
asses. Bugbears.
Yeah!
And then after that, then we can short rest, maybe, and then head back to town, and then come back, because I don't want to leave that whole horde of bugbears.
Krull says, "Bloodshed! I'm always happy for bloodshed." And Elmo looks at him and he says, "I wouldn't phrase it that way, but same."
Okay, Pantok is going to spend 10 minutes putting an alarm here.
Where?
We're at the entrance, here.
It's okay.
And he's also going to spend 10 minutes putting an alarm here. And even though we're going to be keeping watch, he's going to go ahead and put another one here, I guess. So that basically anything coming in, he'll see. So 10, 20, 30. And Justina is going to help forage while he's doing that. Justina is going to help forage for things that a lizard would eat, and also for us.
Kara would like to come along, but first, Kara wants Tokage to get comfortable in that room. Come on. Big boy. Tokage,
Oh.
look at you, big boy.
He starts licking the bedrolls
Oh.
and like licking moss off of the ground and stuff like that. Oh, and then he finds one of the corpses of one of the bandits you guys killed earlier, and he walks over and he starts munching on their corpse.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
As his fangs pierce the bloated body, a nasty stench fills the room.
oh god. Well, I'll leave you guys to it. Just leave Tokage to his munching, and we'll get some food. I'll tell Justina we don't need to get that much. Where's Justina? Justina,
Are you going foraging or hunting?
foraging.
Ooh, Justino go hunting for small game.
Ooh.
All right. If you would both like to make a survival check, and are you just spending the 30 minutes doing it while Pantok sets the things? You're going to be back in 30 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, Kara lets Justina know Tokage is snacking on one of the bodies in the fucking room. So he won't be very malnourished and hungry, but it's still good to have a happy fed lizard than a not so happy, semi fed, dead body fed lizard.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
You're good. Yeah, Kara's
Did I miss
gonna
anything?
forage
No.
for like things like berries, mushrooms, any sort of edible sort of plants, and any kind of poisonous plants that he can find so he could later on try to make some poisons.
All right. So if you will both make survival checks as you walk along the coast of the water marsh where you would expect to see animals and plants growing that aren't just thorny messes.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
Rib. Three.
11 survival.
All right. Kara is not really able to find anything edible or otherwise useful in the mass of thorns and brush and just useless plants. You do, however, Jessina, you're able to track what you believe is some sort of a small mammal. As you find a trail of some sort of creature that's been through here. It's very small, small size, some sort of foraging creature. Would you like to pursue it and try to find it so you can hunt it?
Yes.
All right. Is Kara coming with you after they finish?
Yes.
I'm assuming you're foraging while. Okay, so Jessina finds something and they're like, "Oh, come with me."
Yes.
You follow the trail and you're tracking it. You're being very quiet. If you could both make stealth checks, trying to sneak up on it, not to notice, so it doesn't notice you.
21.
21.
And 9, but that's probably a lot because you're a rogue.
17.
All right.
Yes.
So Jessina's in the front leading the tracking, and Kara, you're sneakily sneaking behind. And you come to a very small clearing where there's a pond, probably about this size of a pond. It's just like a little puddle, not necessarily the river itself. And there looks like there's some edible greens around there. Not really anything you guys could eat, but like something that animals eat. You know how animals eat poisonous stuff all the time,
Yeah.
but it's poison to them, not to us, not to them. And you see on the edge of the water, there's a small boar about the size of kind of like a smallish goblin, and it is munching away on some reeds at the edge of the thing. And as you're planning your attack, you're not going to like make attack rolls and stuff. You're just hunting. As you're planning your attack and getting ready to either set a trap or to shoot your bow or something like that, a big rock comes out, a fist-sized rock comes out and lands square on the boar's head, and it looks kind of dazed. And then you see a goblin run out with a sharpened stick, and it yells a war cry as it jumps on the boar's back and starts stabbing it to death. The boar runs around, and you can react if you'd like to, but the boar is currently running around, squealing with this goblin on its back, attacking it.
It's not Krell, right?
No.
Okay. Jacina is planning to go ahead and kill the boar and then go take its meat from the goblin unless a whole bunch of other goblins come out of the brush. So she is going to well, let me double check my spells.
Wait, how do we know this is not Krell's friend?
Actually, Jacina is going to cast Entangle on the space where the boar is.
All right, and how does Entangle work?
I don't know. You're the DM. You have every spell memorized, right? So it is it's level 1. Okay. Range 90 feet. Target a point within range. As an action, grasping weeds and vines spread up from the ground in a 20-foot square, starting from a point within range. For the duration, these plants turn the ground into the area into difficult terrain. A creature in the area when you cast the spell, so I think that would be the goblin as well, even though he's riding on the boar, must
True.
succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants until the spell ends.
And what is your DC?
Spell DC is 14.
All right. So you cast the spell from secrecy as this boar is running around with the goblin, and the weeds and all that stuff that's already in the area suddenly sprout up and wrap around the goblin and the boar, and the boar squeals and kicks its hind legs and breaks free from the weeds as it runs off into the distance. And the goblin is stuck there in the reeds, entangled and wiggling, trying to free themselves.
Jacina wants to haul ass after the boar.
The goblin shouts at you as you run off into the distance chasing the boar, and it says, "Hey, what's happening?" All right, you chase.
Jacina says, "My quarry, bitch." No, she uses she uses a term for gobby.
You chase the boar, and are you trying to attack it from range?
Oh Christ! I'm like, what's the Elvish word for goblin? It's orc. That's why orcs are called orcs. So he shouldn't say that. Doesn't make any sense in this world. Ever.
Are you trying to attack the boar from range or what?
Yes. As soon as I think I got a clear shot within the range of my longbow, I'm gonna fire at it.
All right, you run, chase it probably about 100 feet before you catch up to it enough to pause and steady your aim, and you fire a longbow at it, and the shot connects, and it keels over dead with an arrow sticking out of it.
Woohoo! I run over and harvest the carcass.
All right, you have a boar carcass.
How much does it weigh?
30 pounds.
Is there a way to harvest just the best meat from it, like maybe a hind and some belly meat?
Yeah, if you wanted to just harvest it in the swamp here, you can do that.
Yeah, I don't want to spend a lot of time dressing it. So I'm gonna. Is that what field dressing is?
Kind of, but I'm assuming it's a little more. Are you planning on eating this meat, or are you planning on feeding it to Tokage?
I'm gonna eat it. Well, either one. If he needs some.
Once you cut into it, it starts getting like contaminated with environmental stuff, so you do have to be kind of careful. But
I'll drag the whole thing back to camp and do it there. Yeah, I'll just take the whole thing back.
Okay. You
I've
drag
never
it
been
back.
Hunting in my life, but Jacina has. But I have no idea.
Yeah, same. You drag it back through the reeds, back where you saw the clearing, and the goblin is no longer here. But you are able to track your way back to the moat house after a few minutes, and your 30-minute hunt is up, and you arrive. Your characters are now back where they are on the map, and you are dragging a boar carcass behind you.
Kara is helping out with the boar. Kara didn't intervene because he didn't want to mess anything up. Jacina clearly knows what she's doing because she's such a professional hunter.
Jacina says, "Hey guys, we're having a luau tonight." And then she
have
realizes
you?
No one's here.
I say, have you guys field dressed it yet?
Indeed.
You don't want to do that shit back here right at camp. You want to do it just a little bit away because it's a gross, disgusting mess.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh Christ.
It's not there.
Yes, I have
Oh,
field dressed it. I have
It's from the other
field
map.
dressed it. Field dressing is where you gut it. You don't want, trust me, that shit stinks. You want to take care of that. You want to do it pretty much right away. That's why you hang it up in a tree and let the guts fall out. That way it doesn't get the dirt from the ground and shit on it.
Do you
And then you would haul it away and, skin it, haul it away and do all that stuff. But my point is you don't want to gut it literally right here inside of this building where we're going to sleep.
would I gut it in the spot that I killed it, or would I drag it close to the camp and gut it and hang it up outside of camp? I'm never going hunting, and I'm almost a vegetarian now.
I'm pretty sure that most hunters haul it away and do it somewhere where it's more convenient.
Okay.
I don't know, because the one time that I field dressed a deer, the carcass was 3 days old and had been hauled miles and miles and miles back to the farm.
Field dressing. Yeah, you probably wouldn't do it right where you kill it, because that could be literally anywhere. You would bring it back. It wouldn't take you that long. You'd bring it back to your base camp area, do it away from there so it's not in your actual camp, and then you would load it up in the back of your pickup truck and drive it home or whatever, where you would actually process it.
Okay, so
Yeah, that
I'll
was a
look
stinky deer.
I'll find a tree somewhere here nearby and
Yeah, there's no
do all
trees.
that. Oh God.
But you can probably make you're an experienced druid hunter. You can
I rig
probably
it.
make shift something. Yeah,
I rig
you're
it in
able
some
you're
way.
able to bleed it and gut it and make it safe to bring back into camp, where you can proceed to butcher it if you'd like to.
Zach, how long does that take?
How long does dressing it take?
Yeah.
Like 10, 12 minutes tops if you're
20
good.
minutes.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah,
she's
it's
going
not
to
it's not a long process. I mean, the first time you do it, it's going to be a longer process.
Yeah.
But when you know what you're doing, I bet if we were to go Google videos, that the average video for it, the full length of them actually doing it, would be like 8 to 12 minutes tops.
Yeah.
I'll bet.
Okay.
Are you going out alone to do this, or is anyone going with you?
I haven't actually come all the way back to camp yet because I'm doing it outside. So, Kara, do you want to hang out here with me while I do it and just keep an eye on shit?
Yeah.
That goblin might be chasing me or something.
Okay, you finish doing that and nothing happens, and you have it now gutted, and it looks like one of those hanging cow carcasses in one of those meat factories, like on a meat hook or whatever.
Okay, so hey Kara, why don't you go and let the fam know, and I'm actually going to. This is an open air courtyard, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to start a fire here and proceed to barbecue the deer here in the relative
Deer,
safety
it's
of the
a boar.
Oh yeah,
Hold
boar, and the relative
Be right
safety
back.
of the courtyard. Because I think Pantok finishes the alarms before Jacina comes back. It only takes him 2 minutes to scribe a spell into his spellbook.
Back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Order of the Scribe, that's like the one main benefit. I give up almost all benefits for that stupid thing.
I thought it was like a days long thing, but yeah. I mean, if you want to try to do that, so let's see.
Normally it does take hours, but it says Wizardly Quill, the time you spend to copy a spell into your spellbook equals 2 minutes per spell level if you use this quill for the transcription.
Let's see, 1 second. So normally it would be 2 hours and cost 50 gold pieces per level of the spell. And with yours, 2 minutes per spell level if you use the quill. Yeah, and it's just infinite. Okay. It does still cost 50 gold pieces though, so you still have the components that you're consuming.
Yep, and I've only got one of those, so I'm going to use that up.
All right, and to copy a spell, didn't you have to make? I thought you had to make a check to copy it.
No.
No? Nice. I thought there was like a. Oh wow. Okay.
No, you just need the time and the money. That's the limiter. Is the money's the main thing, and then the time, because if you're like taking a long rest, if you have trance, you could scribe 2 spells in a night, but it's per spell level, so or 1 level 2 spells, so that's the limiter. So basically, now it's only money because the time is like trivial. So I could scribe in the middle of a dungeon. In fact, I should have a lot more ink on me. The next time we go back to town, I'm gonna bust.
Yeah,
a bank.
I totally thought that you had to make the same Arcana check to try and scribe it, and if you failed, you lost it. It's just instant. The time is the only thing wasted. So yeah.
See, I didn't know that there was an Arcana check to use scrolls. I thought they just worked.
Only if they're higher level than you, or
Yeah.
potentially if they're a different class, if you're allowed to at all.
Different class, you
Okay.
can't even read the scroll.
Okay.
If it's on your spell list but higher, you have to make a check based on the level. And if it's of your level or below, you just cast it.
And scribing it is definite, but you have to take time and money.
Yeah.
And my wizard school basically removes the time to make it trivial, and then so it's mainly just the money. So when we go back to town, I'll just buy more charges.
Yeah, so you instantly scribe. Which were you scribing? Push?
Yeah, because the other one I have is absorb elements, and I don't think that that's going to be immediately useful, but I can see push being very useful, so I'm going to scribe push.
All right, you scribe it. You can delete the spell scroll and mark it down.
I never wrote down the spell scrolls because Zach had them. So
Yeah, I wrote it down. So let me
Okay.
cross it off my sheet.
And then when we do our long rest, then I'm going to go ahead and swap it in.
You know, I don't see anything in here that says the spell scroll is destroyed when you copy it.
What?
Yo.
Can you find anything that says
What?
that? I don't see it. When you find a
I
wizard
just
spell of
assumed.
first level or higher, you can add it to your spell book, blah, blah, blah. If you can spare the time to decipher and copy it, copying it involves reproducing the basic form, blah, blah, blah. You must practice it until you understand, then try and scribe it. For each level of the spell, it takes 2 hours, 50 gold. Cost represents material components. Once you have spent this time and money, you can prepare the spell just like other spell. Yeah, doesn't say anything about losing the scroll.
I've got this image in my head now of this being the first time anybody's discovered this, and so retconning and picturing all of these wizards in the past, copying the scroll down, and then they tear the scroll up and throw it away, and that's just what everybody's been doing because they didn't
how you
think
do
about it.
Yeah.
Like thousands of players have just been ripping up their scrolls after they scribe them.
I feel like this is some kind of like Mandela effect because I could have sworn that it was consumed just the same as using it. And I'll look into it, but it's probably just Mandela effect, and I'm just remembering it wrong. So yeah, you still have the scroll, and you have it in your spell book. Now, if Zach wants to describe it, it costs the same amount, and he would have to take the same amount of time, the full amount
I'll
of time.
have to get some.
Well,
I'll
also,
have to get some
he
ink.
doesn't have any ink.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He has to have the components again and spend the full time. So, but yeah, you got it, and you're free to continue as you will. Justina returns, and you said you're going to start a fire and cook the meat.
And she asked Kara to tell everyone about it.
Yeah.
So it'll be ready in a couple of hours. I'm gonna go ahead and slow roast it over this and fashion together a cooking situation.
Kara, lets everybody know. Hey guys, we went out and we found a small boar. And Jacina's gonna roast it over an open flame. We're gonna have barbecue for dinner tonight. And also, hello Tokage. Oh, he's a Tokage. Oh god, he's eating a body.
Yeah, he's done eating, but his breath stinks. Like more than regular giant lizard breath.
Ooh, ooh boy. Kara is gonna pet Tokage once again. Any chance I get, I will pet my lizard.
Of course.
Oof.
Same
No.
thing here.
Hey, stinky breath. Hi, stinky breath. Yeah, you
I'm
have such a
joking.
stinky breath, don't you? You're just so stinky. Just so stink.
That too.
Oh, oof.
All right, so
Wait.
you finish petting your stinky lizard, and does anyone else doing anything during that hour and a half that Justina roasting the pig?
I would like to see if I can get Corel to teach me a few goblin phrases or words.
He teaches you a few basics that I'm not going to list here, but they'll come up later if they come up.
Cool. Thank you, Corel.
He says, "No,
Kara.
thank you." He corrects you, but in Goblin. Because you said thank you wrong in Goblin.
I'm sure I did.
Kara is gonna talk about nonsense that does not matter to Tokage and to only Tokage while waiting.
All right. Elmo is shaking out his chain armor, and he's kind of like he's brought it out over the fire by Jessina, and he's like kind of shaking it in front of the fire, not doing anything to the fire or the pig, but just kind of like letting the heat help dry it out. All right. That hour and a half passes, and the smell of the pig is wafting through the entire compound, and you guys can smell it all the way back in your room.
Woo wee! Hey Tokage, come on, let's go get a bite. Let's go, guys. I think the barbecue is ready. Let's get some
That means
pig.
I've regained a spell point.
Oh yeah, 2 actually. I forgot to do one right when you guys left the dungeon.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right. Elmo and Krell follow Kara out to the courtyard. Krell says, "Ooh, looks yummy," and Elmo says,
Wait, mechanics. I can't zoom in on this. Look at page 200 of the DMG. And it's so freaking small. I can't see where to zoom on any flip.
"You said
So, there it
200?"
is. Yeah. It
Uh,
says, a wizard's spell on a spell scroll can be copied just as spells and spellbooks can be copied. When a spell is copied from a spell scroll, the copier must succeed an Arcana check with a DC
Ooh.
equal to 10 plus the spell's level. If the check succeeds, the spell is copied. Whether the check succeeds or fails, the spell scroll is destroyed. Haha!
Why is that in the
Oh.
DMG? Why is that a wizard mechanic hidden under spell
No
scroll in
kidding.
the DMG?
Yeah,
Why
under
is
items.
this? Why is this game the way it is? Who thought it was a good
Oh.
idea? Okay, yeah. Make an Arcana check. DC 10.
Write your
Rip.
own book that lays everything out in a much better fashion, please.
Literally. Sorry, it's
Is
11.
this? I've been playing this for like over 10 years, and I finally was able to put together a character on my own, mostly.
Mostly.
Oh God, please no! No! Ah, it doesn't count. Doesn't count. This counts. This counts. This counts.
I think it does. It poofs into thin air as you finish describing it. This counts. This doesn't count. Doesn't count. It counts.
Well, because I kept trying to roll it, and then it accidentally dropped for a moment, and I didn't see what
Yeah.
the number was, and I'm like, no, I'm still hitting R.
Yeah. So nothing changes, but yes, thank you for looking that up because I was gonna look it up later and I would have made you do it, but that saved me some trouble. I knew I saw it somewhere. I just couldn't remember where, and I was like, eh.
Yeah, that's it should just be under wizards because it's a wizard only
Yeah.
mechanic, so that's fine. Put the
Yep.
stuff about casting the spell scroll, but put the stuff about scribing under wizard. Oh,
It's
no,
literally
because they
in the
don't-
wizard. It just doesn't say the roll part.
It is in the wizard section.
Yeah, all of that stuff that I read is in the wizard section about copying the spell scroll, taking amount of time to do it, and then they split the consumed and the roll part into the item itself. Why would
Oh.
they not just put it all into copying a spell into the book?
Different writers, different sections.
Yeah, actually, that's probably the reason. So, yep, so it's copied. That is how we'll do it going forward. Still not a very difficult DC. You'll have like guidance and shit, so you'll probably be fine. But, yep. So the boar is roasted. Is anyone else joining?
The barbecue.
Tokage.
Barbecue.
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 It's out here?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to eat some too.
Is Pentuck going to join the party?
Pantok. Where's
Oh,
Pantok?
sorry. Yes, Pantok coming. Pantok is like, all right, I scribed that spell scroll. Ooh, I smell barbecue.
And of course, Stoner doesn't have to eat, so
Oh,
they just watch.
Stoner. He has Stoner McBlaze it. No, that's mine, Georgia. Georgia's trying to eat my cheese. He has Stoner, Stoner McBlaze it to give his boar an extra char because he likes burn ends. And then nom 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 nom. And they eat and drink and be merry.
All right, everyone is enjoying themselves in the courtyard, chomping down on boar meat.
Does
And-
Tokage get some too?
I'm assuming you probably feed him some, but he's already had a lot of food, so he eats some, but he doesn't really care about like the taste. He's just there for the meat, so you can give him like the leftover bones and stuff like that. He'll eat it and enjoy it.
Oh, I'm glad. Kara also enjoys himself to boar legs.
In real life, I'm eating cheese, and I was giving Georgia a little bit, and then I set some of it in front of me, and she's like, "Oh, you're not eating this, so I'm just gonna sneak on in with my mouth."
So you all are sitting there and you're eating your food, and you hear from back where you guys were back in the main room, you hear Krell, and
What?
you turn around, or whoever turns around,
Oh.
there's a goblin sitting at the door, and you see thorns stuck in their tattered clothing, and Krell turns around and says, "What? Boyne? And he runs up the stairs and jumps and hugs his friend and says, "I thought you were dead," and then starts speaking in Goblin.
Glad I didn't slaughter this guy.
Oh my god. Yay!
I can imagine how Krell's like, this is an interesting flavor. What type of boar did you say this was again?
Oh, like Cartman feeding that guy's pig to his parents.
Yes.
Your
Yes.
tears taste so good.
Oh.
They stand back and talk in Goblin for a little bit, and no one can understand them.
Oh.
I don't pick up any words. Aw.
You do hear a couple of the words, but none of them that are relevant to anything. It's like when you're like reading Japanese, you're like, "Oh, I know what desu means." Oh, they said "wa." That means that's the subject marker.
It's like every time I see the character for no in the middle of stuff, I'm like, well, that's the one thing in there that wasn't kanji. I was able to read
Nope.
it.
Oh, that indicates possession. But wait, what's the context? Oh, no, I already forgot it, and I've already moved on. Krell turns back around and says, "Oh, sorry, I'm on my microphone." He turns around and says, "This is my friend that I was telling you about. Funny story."
Oh, yeah, his friend. Justina says, "Oh, hey, dude. Sorry. I hope there's no hard feelings about the boar. I know you got to it first, but I got to it last. So, hey, you can share some if you want, if you're hungry. I welcome you to join in."
He says, "No, thank you. I've actually already eaten. I was getting the boar to I don't need it anymore. But thank you. You're forgiven."
Yay!
What were you doing to the boar?
He says, "Well, I needed it for," and Krell says, I don't want to talk like a goblin. He explains to you that Boyne volunteered themselves to go to the ogre, and then when they got to the ogre, they bartered with the ogre that they would actually go hunt and bring them a boar instead of themselves. And they did that, and so that's what the ogre was eating. And then
Oh.
they said they would get another boar if they let their friend go too, and so they were out hunting for a boar to bring to the ogre, so the ogre would free Krell. But now that they see Krell is free, they don't need it anymore.
Oh, okay. So we're good.
I am so glad that it was not, this is how baby goblins are made.
Oh my god.
When
That's what I was picturing he was trying to do. He's like, well, I lost my friend, so I'm going to make a new one.
That's why in all the different versions of games and stuff, goblins and kobolds look slightly different.
So that
I
ogre, we
see.
should probably avoid him for a while because he's going to be kind of hungry and pissed off.
Or we could just bring him some boar.
Oh.
He's going to want probably the
Oh my
whole
God.
thing, I bet.
I don't mean right now. I mean when we come back, we could hunt a boar on the way. Maybe. Or we could just kill the ogre.
We do need to get to killing the ogre.
Yeah, but I want to get those bugbears first.
Yes, I
The
agree.
hops.
Okay, I think we've done enough stuff for the evening, so let's go ahead and barricade ourselves inside this room and go to sleep for the night.
So we can, I don't want to not role play, but just so we can kind of clarify, Krell says that they still very much want to take revenge on
Oh my god!
the people here. Oh,
That's
yeah.
so cool.
Krell very much wants to take revenge on the people here for what they did to the two of them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And Boyne is on board too, and they would like to join up with you as well and go wreak havoc on this place.
Okay, are you guys good with slaughtering the bugbears for now?
They say, yeah.
Cool. Okay.
I mean, their friend is there's no vengeance left. There's not like something that needs to be avenged. Now they just want to like fuck these guys up. So whatever you do is cool, but they want to join you if that's okay.
Yep, absolutely. So, okay, we're gonna go, guys. We need to rest up for the night because if we're gonna go kill some difficult stuff, we need to make sure that we are nice and strong. So we're gonna go ahead and rest up so we can get to full power, and then we'll head down that secret passage that we found and see if we can slaughter some shit. And
Yeah.
looks like I'm getting low on time, but maybe we could at least get to like rest up, get to the bugbears, and then we can have the battle next time.
Yeah.
Sorry, it always ends up being short. We only really play
This is
like
pretty good.
1 to 1.5 hours, and we kind of do some good progress. And
Yeah.
I like playing more frequently than trying to schedule. That's why I'm like, yeah, I can play because like we're kind of squeezed for time, but at least we can get something in, make progress.
Yeah, if we did this once a month and still only had the same amount of time, we wouldn't get anywhere. But being able to do it once a week and not worry about how long we play, that's totally fine. Long rest. Nothing happens. Everyone can recover their stuff. And then what are we doing after the long rest?
We're gonna head downstairs and look for that secret passageway. So if you want to switch out the maps, I'm gonna go long rest my characters, so you guys can do that too.
Yay!
Are you going? You said you're searching for the secret passageway. You mean the column thing where you guys were looking before?
Wait,
Yep.
guys.
What?
Before we go back down into the dungeon, we should probably put Tokage back in his room.
Definitely.
Or just wait. Is there more dead? There's no more dead bodies in here.
You
is
guys
there?
didn't do anything with the dead bodies in there. They're all just sitting there stinking up the place.
Gross. Tokage can sit there and he can have his snacks and stuff in there. He's a little bit of a body disposer, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be gone by the time you get back up there. Now that room is open. There's that little opening, but Pantalk alarmed it, so you'll probably be fine.
Okay, good.
Do I recover all my spell points?
Yep.
That's what I thought, but with the change to spell points and stuff, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, it's the same. All of them are recovered. All your spells are gone, however. Would anyone like to cast anything?
In the
I
morning?
would.
Yeah.
Yes. Pantalk is casting Mage Armor on himself, so he's going to start the day basically with 12 spell points.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Mage Armor too.
All right. Your long rest completes, and it is about 4 in the morning. What time would you like to actually go down into the dungeon?
Let's wait until. Oh, well, I don't know. I guess it doesn't
Wait
matter.
until dawn?
Well,
Well,
we really don't need to wait until dawn. Let's just go down at 4 a.m. and then it should be light by
Okay.
the time we come out.
sure. That works, yeah. Let's go.
All right. We can proceed from here if you'd like to continue, as long as everyone's finished rested up.
Yep.
Jacina is checking out her spells because she can swap out stuff if she wants. So
Okay.
I've got Healing Word, Good Berry, Speak with Animals. I think I'm going to drop Speak with Animals because I really don't need it. And then I can toss on another spell if you guys have a suggestion. So she's got Flame Blade and Lesser Restoration are her level 2 spells. Flame Blade's pretty cool.
What does lesser restoration do again?
It's a restore, so like it restores status effects. So it's really just kind of like a nice to have thing. Flame
Got it.
Blade will conjure a fire scimitar for her for badass melee, but so she doesn't really have any level 2 like destruction spells. Some options are don't really want any buffs. Healing Spirit and Heat Metal. Moonbeam, I'm not super big on.
I love Moonbeam, unironically.
Really? Here, let
Um,
me take a look at it.
I used her a long time ago with like my Dragonborn character or something like that.
Its concentration lasts for 10 rounds. Range is 120 feet. It says a silvery beam of pale light shines down on a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder on a point within range. When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time, it takes damage. If it fails a Constitution saving throw, 2d10 radiant. That's not bad. Or half as much on a successful one. Oh wow! So, ooh, and
See, told you it's not so bad.
it's a bottleneck, so she could cast it in the bottleneck, and then we could try
Hell
to
yeah.
keep. Oh, and Pantock's got push. When a
Do
creature
it,
enters,
do it, do
oh
it.
yeah, that's a good combo. Pantock can push him. Okay, so she's going
Moonbeam!
she's going to add Moonbeam and remove Speak with Animals. All right, and she's going to keep Entangle, keep Healing Word, keep Good Berry, and the other spell. Yeah, I think that's all. And that's actually a level 2 spell. Wow. That's a level 2 spell. And I think that's good. I'm just going to double check the ones and see if there's anything else super good. But I think that's going to be it.
All right. You travel down the staircase, and you may proceed from where you are. Or you could describe it, or however you want to do it. Whatever you're trying to do.
Any interest in Fog Cloud? Nah, no Fog Cloud.
What
Okay.
is Fog Cloud?
Just makes a cloud of fog. They can't see through it. Nah,
Oh,
I'll keep the
that's
other stuff. Entangle might be useful too, so maybe we stick that.
Yep.
Okay, so we are going to head downstairs, and we are going to go. Do we need to check for traps? I guess not in this room. Hopefully that doesn't screw us over. Justina and Pantock are going to head into this room. You guys heal up your characters and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I healed up.
I don't think we used hit dice. Hit points are pretty much already full, I think. Delete any good berries that you have. And in fact, Justina's going to go ahead and cast good berry in advance. And so she's going to cast.
Thank God.
Berry.
Can I have one of the good berries so I can just leave this on my sheet?
Yeah, you can have one. Pantock has one. Well, let's see. How many characters do we
Sweet,
have?
thank you.
Maybe she can give one to everyone. Can you give
One?
one good berry to Krell and one to Boyne in case we need them to help revive? One to Elmo, and one to Kara. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6, and then Justina's going to take the remaining 4. I think that sounds right.
All right, I've noted those.
Awesome. So just so they have an opportunity to raise someone up in case things go to shit. Okay. And then, Toddy, you said that you found a secret passage in this room somewhere. Where did you say it was again?
It came out here in this pillar, but I couldn't find the mechanism to open it. But I also didn't look very good. I mean, I look good. I was not looking very well for the mechanism.
Where was the entrance at?
In the pillar.
Cool. Well, Justina heads
Let's all search.
Justina heads over to the pillar and begins searching.
I would like to search again too.
With your whole party searching, you eventually find that there is a small catch near the floor of the pillar, which, when pulled, opens the secret passage.
Sweet.
Wow, how did we miss that before? Jeez, guys. I felt so silly.
Okay, and we are going to enter the passage. And
right.
let's do an order here. Kara, do you want to do any checking for traps or anything like that?
Yes, I do. If that means being in the lead as well, then yeah. Car, it's gonna look along the wall and floors for any sort of signs of traps that he is aware of.
All right. You can make a perception check.
So basically, check for traps XD, but I want to actually describe what I'm doing because that's better than.
Cantalk, you give me such a headache.
12.
All right. You find no signs of any traps or anything indicating that there was any traps here.
Oh my goodness. Wait, there is one thing I forgot about my long rest. Hold on a moment.
That was a joke because your character is sitting on top of mine.
I have a special ability called Whispers from the Dead. When you choose basically when you finish a short or long rest, you can gain one skill or tool proficiency of your choice.
Oh, yeah. Did you want to change it?
Yes.
All right. What are you changing it to?
Let's see. I know I did just do a perception check, but it's very fucking important. However, I already have that one marked, so no. Let's see.
Currently analyzing.
I see. I'm gonna change it to survival for now.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. And now I'm gonna proceed.
All right.
I'm going forward up until here. It's kind of like blocked out here. I cannot see.
It connects. It's just the things didn't line up for some reason when I
Oh,
placed it here.
all right then. Easy as.
Yep. Everything. As soon as you get back to this spot, it looks like the same room you were in before.
Kara just slips in here.
Oh, but that was funny.
Huh? Huh?
Okay, was Nick's character not levitating on my head to
Oh.
anyone else?
Yeah, it was. I
I
moved it
didn't
off.
see.
It just made me laugh, that's all.
Yeah. All right. You are back in the room where you killed the ghouls, and you see 4 ghoul corpses on the ground.
Okay, good.
Nobody's touched these yet.
Has been 8 hours, but so let's use caution. You want to keep going, Kara, and check for traps. See if anyone. It seems like these are less likely areas to be trapped, but you never know.
Yes, I still think it's wise to. Kara looks and feels along the floor, licks the floor. No, I always make that joke, but Kara is looking for traps in
Alright.
this specific room.
You spend 10 minutes searching the room for traps. If you would make a perception check.
Awesome. 15.
You find no sign of any traps.
No traps. And I kind of doubted there was traps anyways, because if there were traps, these would have probably been fed to the ogre or something. Hey, actually, that's a pretty good idea.
I don't know, I bet ogres have standards. I mean, that's like dead ghouls.
Yeah, I don't think it'll eat.
Yeah.
ghouls.
It's like pre-rotted flesh, so yeah,
I
probably
bet
not.
it'll eat bugbears though.
Ooh,
bet it will.
maybe.
All right, well let's keep on going. Just anytime you get to a new hall, I would go ahead and check it for traps. We would definitely want to spend the extra time to not take damage.
Indeed. Kara is going to check along here. Just a second. Just this entire hallway, really.
All right. You spend some extra time combing this hallway. Make a perception check.
Well, guidance.
Ooh, thank you.
Guidance you cast if it's a failure.
Never get to
It
use
looks like
guidance
a
anymore.
failure.
Yeah, you can roll a guidance.
It is
13.
4.
What?
Oh, you rolled it.
Did somebody just?
Oh no! It's too late.
Huh?
We both rolled a D4 for guidance.
Oh, I saw the 2 up here first.
Yep, sorry.
It's okay. My bad, honestly. Anyways. That is 13.
You find no sign of any traps or previously triggered traps.
No traps? Come on, guys. We are currently trapless.
Okay, well, let's
And
continue on toward the Hobgoblin room.
Elmo and you guys, are you guys okay? And you guys, are you, come on. Yes, I can English. Yes, I need speech therapy. How did you know? Alright. Kara is gonna search this entire strip of hallway down to the door. Oh, and also check the door itself for trap.
All right. Make a perception check to cover all of that.
Yay! Epic. Rest in peace. That is 4.
Not only do you not find any traps, one materializes, and you find it.
You
hard way.
are absolutely confident there is not a single trap in this area.
There's no traps. None. Let's go. Oh no, there's a trap. No. Kara slowly opens this door.
It creaks open and it opens.
Something like that. Ah, safe. Okay. Kara checks this room, like peeks his head around the corner, check and see if there's activity or not, like any sign of life, sort of thing, you know.
You do not see any sign of life other than the dead Knoll corpses lying around the room where you left them.
I see. Come on, guys. This room's still full of dead gnolls. Well, we're good. Oh boy, time for the fucking tangle of hallway. Wait. I need to use my roguiness to check for traps.
Please do, because
Down the
my time is running out quickly.
Yes. May I?
Go for it.
Awesome. Shit. 12.
Guidance? I'll roll guidance. +2.
14.
14 total.
Yeah.
You do not find anything of interest in this hallway.
Kara comes back. Alright, it's safe. Come on, let's go. Tokage is waiting for me. So let's get this over with quickly.
All right. You have now reached the room where the hobgoblins, bugbears, are.
Bugbear.
I made you do it.
God, you guys.
And you peek around the corner to see the embers of light coming out from this room. You don't see anything in the room. I'll leave the markers where they are, but you don't see them there because you're not looking into the room from where you are.
Yeah.
And we could technically end here if you guys want to. I don't know what else you want to do, but you can plan ahead for next time or make a plan for now and then discuss it later. What do you want to do? It's up to y'all.
I feel like we're gonna want to like come up with a plan and then try to spy them out and see if they're in there. Maybe someone does an invisibility situation. So
Mhm.
probably best to just end here. That way we can spend a good amount of time talking out our strategy and how we approach this.
Yes, also I am afraid if we talk now, we might forget about it like next week.
Oh, definitely gonna forget about it.
Yeah, definitely. So I think here's a good stopping point. I am so glad I didn't get trapped by any traps, although I was doubtful there was traps
Oh, did we
because
see if this gate was
dead
still down since we passed right
bodies.
by it?
You did pass by it. It is still down.
Okay, that's what I
Uh,
figured. That's
Meanwhile, unbeknownst to the rest of the party, the dwarf paladin is sitting in a bar crying about the XP she won't get.
oh yeah.
No, that's
If
okay.
if I still want to make a character, which I sort of do, but I just don't know yet. But if I wanted to make another character, then I can actually have more time. So
Yeah.
wow. I am still gonna think about it.
No
But
problem.
I don't know what I should.
You have until you guys get back to town, and if you haven't decided by then you have until the next time you guys get back to town.
And
Yeah,
You're always welcome to do it. That's just your cutoffs.
we should be able to do get back to town next time because I forgot about the whole rest thing. Like basically, anytime we travel here, we have to spend one night here. Otherwise, we don't have time to get back to town. We get exhausted. Too much traveling. Um, and so we're probably gonna wipe out the hobgoblins. Maybe we try to kill the
Ogre.
ogre if we do well with the bugbears. If we do well with the bugbears and have extra resources, we might try to take out the ogre to make the goblins happy before we leave. Then we get our extra team members. We head back to town, get our team members, and then come back for the big epic boss battle. And that's
Hell yeah.
probably how it's going to go. And so yeah, let's just keep playing yours. I think we were kind of talking about when to play my session, and it seems like we could we're gonna be playing EverQuest in May whenever that launches. And so I guess we don't really want to be interrupted with that, so maybe we just keep playing yours during our EverQuest time, and then plan on starting mine after that, maybe. We can ignore that other deal that's going on, which is going to be end of May, because that's really not gonna doesn't really affect anything. I mainly think about EverQuest. Willow, so what we were kind of saying,
Nice.
select all. What we were kind of saying is to make sure that we have time to play EverQuest and do this cool plan that we're doing, is we're thinking about basically like giving up some of our D&D sessions
More. Oh.
and using that time to play EverQuest instead. Jake said he doesn't want to not play any D&D the whole time, and that's fine, but let's maybe do like maybe D&D every other week, because I want to devote as much time as possible on EverQuest, because
Okay.
we're basically going to play hardcore for like 2 months, maybe 3 max, and then we're
Yeah.
going to be done. And at some point, we're never going to want to go back because we'll have done everything.
Yep.
This time might be our last. I'm not saying for sure we're not going to do it again, but if we all hardcore play and do all these classes and do all this fun thing, then it could be the last, because next year we might be like, there's not really anything for us to do. We already did it all. So
And the game might get closed down.
I wish they would announce what the things are going to be ahead of time so we could decide if we want to play it instead of having to wait till a month before and then decide.
Yeah, that's what'll happen is next year we'll be like, nah, we already did it. And then it's going to be like, Kunark start. We can all make extras. Ah, damn it.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, just a quick thing, Kara, to make you interested. So you're
Mhm.
already planning on playing, and yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a slog, but if you push through it, we can do some really fun things. But when Kunark comes out in 2 months, if we're all max level and we've done all this cool stuff, Kunark has a lizard race called Ixars, which are
What?
evil, and they're totally lizards, and they're freaking awesome, and I think you'd love them. And if you are still playing and enjoying it, then you could pause your druid, who would be pretty much max level at that time. You could make a brand new character that is a lizard, and you could do another class. You could either, if you want something similar to druid, they cannot be druids, but they can be shaman, and shaman would be awesome. Or you could be like, no, actually, I want to be a melee class, and you could go be a shadow knight or a warrior or a monk.
Dragon.
You
I
would
mean, sorry, lizard.
you would have been playing for 2 months at that point. So if you are still interested in playing, then you can make a new character. And EverQuest is really a game where you can really power level someone if you've got the right classes. So we've got a strategy worked out where basically we would use your druid to power level a character on our account. Like I think we were going to have Jake make a druid, and then you power level Jake's druid or whatever, and then Jake's druid can power level your character, and then basically we're just swimming with characters and doing all kinds of cool stuff. Plus, if you are enjoying EverQuest, the end game of Kunark is a lot of fun. That's what we really went for last time, was end game Kunark. We've already done it, so we don't necessarily have to do it again, but if you're playing it and having fun, then I think you'd enjoy that. The level cap goes up from 50 to 60, so you get a bunch of new levels with new really powerful spells and some really, really cool dungeons to go fight in. So we'll see how that goes, and that's going to be in May. But until then, I say let's just plan on playing weekly and keep doing Jake's game.
Fuck yeah.
That sounds good.
I'm excited. I mean, seriously, I'm so excited for EverQuest this time around.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited about the min-maxing aspect of planning everything out, Jake analyzing the crap out of it, and us just blasting in and being top of the server.